Hi folks, this is the final activity, activity number 5 for lab number 1. Let me refer to this thing as a twisted airfoil. So basically we want to create a shape like that, and the way I'm going to do it is by selecting 5 planes, or creating 5 planes actually. And on the first plane I will draw the profile of the airfoil, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that profile and I go to the next plane, this plane, and make a sketch of that. And the easiest way of doing this is project that profile onto this plane. Now, once I project it, I want to be able to rotate that a little bit, okay? But you can't do that unless you isolate it, because if you project something, you cannot just fool around with it because it's the projection of some other, uh, feature. So the process is this: uh, create the plane, go to the plane, go to the second plane. Well, obviously you draw one on the first plane. Go to the second plane, project that first sketch, isolate it, rotate it, and then repeat this process 4 times, 4 more times. So let's go ahead and do that without worrying about any dimensions. Start with a part file. Okay, so I will call this thing activity 5, lab 1, lab 1. Okay, say all right. Immediately save it. So file, save management, save as. In that folder that I'm going to create right there, create a new folder, activity, activity 5, lab 1. Okay, good. So let's start creating planes. So the thing that we use to create plane is called reference elements. Reference elements. Okay, so here's the icon for a plane. You click on it, and the easiest way of creating a plane, there are many different ways of doing it. Offset from a plane. So let's offset it from that vertical plane X, Y, Z, and let me make this thing maybe uh, maybe 1.5 inches. Okay, and then do it again. 1.5. But notice that, by the way, if you check this box, you can do this thing 4 times, 4 times. Okay, repeat object after OK. So let me actually click on it. So it's going to be this plane. Again, see, it comes back. And we have 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Okay, so let's go ahead to the original plane, which is here. I start from that end. I will sketch on it something that looks like a profile of an airfoil. Yeah, so something like this maybe. The actual shape doesn't matter. Good. Exit. Notice that the sketch has been created. It's right there. Okay. So now I go to this plane and I will sketch on it. And here's I have the opportunity to project. This is projection. So toolbar, this toolbar is called operation. The very last one is projection. I mean, there are other things in it too, but this one is projection. So read this thing carefully. It says, okay, project what? I want to project sketch 1. Okay, notice that when I do that, it took this and projected it. But when I click it, left click, it turns yellow. It is yellow. Yellow means that this is projection. I cannot rotate this yellow thing because it comes from some other entity. So what I can do, I can select it, right click, and go all the way to the end, say isolate. Notice that now, of course, it'll give you a warning message. You say, okay, when you click on it, it turns white. That means now you can fool around with this shape independently of where it came from. Now, I want to rotate this thing. So let's select all the edges. This edge, control circle, or the arc, control this. And you go to this toolbar called operations, right where you found projection There's something else here called rotate. Rotate. And read it carefully. It says at the very bottom left corner of the screen, it says or uh, select or click the rotation center. Rotation center for me is this point, that point, okay? And how many degrees do I want to rotate that? Let's say maybe 3 degrees. Let's make it 2 degrees. How about that? And say OK. And notice that it tilted it a little bit. And now we exit. And we repeat this process over and over, over and over and over. So let's try it again. So we go to this other plane. You sketch on it. Okay, you project uh, sketch 2. Sketch, you project this. And immediately, let me see, now did it do? No, cancel that. Sorry, let me exit this for a second. Try it again. So on this plane, you sketch, okay, and you project sketch 2. And there it is. It's projected. Now, if you click on it, you see that it's yellow. Right click all the way to the end. Isolate. Okay, it's helping you. Select them all. Select all these edges, all the 3 edges. Rotate. It says, okay, where's the center? At the bottom left corner, it says select the center of rotation. Center of rotation is right there. And then we say, okay. I hope it did. Oh, but I forgot to say by 2 degrees. It didn't rotate it. Okay, so let's try it again. So let's try it again. Select the center of rotation there by 2 degrees. I don't think I entered 2 degrees. Yeah, it rotated a little bit. Was it 3 degrees or 2 degrees? I can't remember. No, 2 degrees. Okay, repeat this. So we go to this plane and sketch on it. Where's the sketch? Oh, actually exit. You have to exit. Go to this plane, sketch on it. Okay, let's fit it. Turn it around. And you go to project. With here, project. Sketch number 4. We did it. Right click, isolate. Okay, fine. So this edge, control that edge, control this edge. We're going to rotate. Center of rotation is right here. The amount of rotation is 2 degrees. Say okay. The final step is that last plane. Exit this, exit. Okay. Go to this last plane, sketch on it. Okay. Project, sketch 5. Right click, isolate. And now select these 1, 2, 3. Rotate. Center of rotation is that center point over there, 2 degrees, and we say OK, and we exit. So what we have done, we have created uh, 5 profiles, and these are projections of each other, but rotated by some amount. Now, to put a surface, to put a solid object through these, so you go to this sketch-based feature, pad, and you have rib. This 1 second last is multi-section solid, and it says select your curves. So I want to put a solid object through these 3 cross sections. Now, hopefully, you have to be careful. It's not that. Let me show you what I mean by that. You select these one by one, one by one. Notice that you have selected all these 5 sketches, and they all have the same closing point. If the closing points are not the same, for example, this one is on that side, it's going to be a twisted object, and it says, okay, you got to change it, or you got to, change the closing point, etc. You can do that. I'm not showing you those things in this video, and you just say okay, and we're good. You can see that this is the twisted airfoil. Okay, so let's save this thing. File, save management, save as, in this, is this the right folder? Yeah, activity 5 lab 1. Okay, I think we already did that, already saved it, and that takes care of it. So good luck. That takes care of all the activities that we did in the lab. When I assign homework, I will try to make videos like this for whatever homework problem that you've got. Okay, good luck.